So anyway, I keep hearing that the Angel Reese, Asia Wilson supporters they are the ones with the motion. They're moving.
Let's talk about delusion for a second. Because if you've been anywhere near social media, you've heard it. Angel Reese says she's just as much of a draw as Caitlin Clark. That's the claim, right? Reese, backed by her most loyal fans and herself, believes she's the reason everyone's watching women's basketball now.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that.
But here's the reality. Now, when the real numbers dropped and the jersey sales came flying in, all that noise, gone. Because one stat took every debate, every narrative, every comparison, and crushed it into a blender. Spoiler alert, it wasn't Angel Reese's name shining at the top. It was Caitlin Clark. Loud, clear, undeniable. Now the only question left is just how far did Reese fall? Now let's break it all down.
So what happens when what I think is probably the far and away the most popular female athlete there is in existence right now, Caitlin Clark? What happens when her jersey sales are revealed in a very important period, by the way? September 1 through November 3rd would be some prime Christmas area. Just pointing that out.
So if Angel Reese is supposedly shaking the league, then why did the world only start spinning when Clark stepped into the room? If Reese is the one pulling the strings, why is everyone from die-hard WNBA fans to people who've never watched a minute suddenly obsessed with Indiana's number 22 and they get it 22? This answer? Simple. And by the end of this video, we're walking you through how one single metric crushed the noise and revealed who's truly the heartbeat of this league.
When Adam Silver was trying to get Caitlin Clark in the three-point shooting contest in the All-Star weekend, it was because he needed her more than she needed them. All right? That because of the popularity, what it was she could draw in. Fact is, a lot of her ratings in games last year beat a hell of a lot of regular season NBA games. That's how she moves the needle.
Now let's talk about the stat that broke the internet. Caitlin Clark, rookie sensation, led WNBA jersey sales during the league's most lucrative season, the holidays. That's right, with all the legends still standing, it was the rookie from Iowa playing in Indiana who outshined them all. No Aja Wilson, no Brianna Stewart, no Sabrina Ionescu, and definitely no Angel Reese. The face on the most jerseys hanging in closets this year. Caitlin Clark, not because of a flashy PR machine, not because of hype, because she has something even rarer, actual stardom.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
Of course,
everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we gotta get paid for content. Damn, we gotta get it up.
Y'all gotta do something. Y'all gotta do something.
And we're not stopping that. How do Caitlin Clark's jersey sales stack up against the NBA? Get ready for this. She didn't just dominate the WNBA, she crashed the party at the NBA's top jersey sales list. Only Steph Curry, the face of global basketball, outpaced her. Let that sink in. The only player selling more jerseys than a rookie WNBA player is arguably the biggest basketball icon alive. And right behind him, Caitlin Clark. That's not hype, that's generational impact. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's jersey sales, well, let's just say she's sitting somewhere outside the top 10, real comfortable.
You see the top selling jerseys. Steph Curry is number one, and who's that? Tell me who this is. Caitlin Clark is number 2.
While Caitlin Clark has WNBA execs scrambling for emergency strategy meetings, Angel Reese is somewhere on Twitter saying, we got to do something. Inspirational? Sure, but let's get real. Doing something means action. And right now there's only one rookie actually moving the needle, and it's not Angel. It's Caitlin Clark, driving ratings, breaking records, selling out arenas, turning women's basketball into must-watch TV. So when Angel Reese says we, maybe what she really means is me too, because Caitlin Caitlyn already did it.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
Now the jersey numbers weren't just good, they were historic. Steph Curry, first. Caitlin Clark, a rookie from Indiana, second. You know who wasn't anywhere near that list? Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed culture shifter, hype as the face of Gen Z women's hoops, couldn't even crack the top. Why? Because viral interviews and TikToks don't equal real fan investment. A hype is fun, but Caitlin? Caitlin brought something stronger. Proof.
Caitlin Clark plays for the Indiana Fever in Indiana. Now, in sports terms, Indiana is considered, quote unquote, a small market. All right, that's just a fact. It is what it is. It's not New York. It's not LA. All right, it's not even Dallas. It's not Chicago. Not Houston. It's not a big market. All right, it's not one of these juiced up markets. Boston would be the other one. And that is Caitlin Clark.
And that's what makes this undeniable. Clark isn't coming from some coastal media hotspot. She's not flashing lights in LA, not chasing fame in New York, not a viral darling from Chicago. She's doing it all from Indiana, a state that, let's be real, wasn't even close to the league's top media markets before she showed up. And now, suddenly Indiana is the most talked about team in the WNBA. Coincidence? Hardly. That's not luck. That's not hype. That's the Clark effect.
This should tell everybody that wants to argue for these other players in the WNBA all they need to know.
Meanwhile, Reese's supporters keep screaming she's a cultural icon. But let's get one thing clear. Culture without consumer engagement is just noise. If she's really moving culture, where's the spike in ticket sales? Where's the surge in viewership? Where's the line wrapping around the block for Angel Reese jerseys? Because so far, all we've seen is volume in quotes, not volume in data.
So refreshing to see some shots actually make it refreshing. Oh no, that's Angel Reese's music. You like Mustangs? Your favorite player is Lawal Dang? Oh, you said
Let's stack the receipts. Jersey sales, Clark's #1 in the WNBA and #2 against NBA players right behind Steph Curry. Angel Reese, nowhere in the top 10. Viewership, Clark's games are beating NBA broadcasts. Marketability, Clark's already locked down Gatorade, Nike, State Farm, Panini, Gamebridge, Wilson, and the list keeps growing. She's not just in commercials, she is the commercial. Endorsement deals, record-breaking. Meanwhile, Reese's highlight? A few TikTok dance collabs hoping someone notices. It's cute, but cute doesn't move the economy.
How far is the gap? How far is the gap between Caitlin Clark and her popularity and anybody else in the WNBA? That gap has got to be like the Grand Canyon. That's like she's in a different area code. She's in a different state, maybe a different country. There are no other WNBA players on this list. Angel Reese is not on there. All right? She is nowhere to be found.
So when the media tries to pull the "but Angel's impact is different" card, ask them, different how? Because we haven't seen a single stat that proves it. This isn't about silencing Reese. It's about being honest. You can't rewrite history just because you like someone's personality. Clark has the numbers, Clark has the fans, Clark has the ratings, Clark has the respect. Meanwhile, all Reese has? A carefully curated Instagram feed and a chip on her shoulder about not being treated the same. But here's the truth about treatment. It's not something you demand, it's something you earn.
all right, back to business. Line bag work, Brittany Griner, you said you rang? Somebody said she's got the coordination skills of a baby giraffe. I don't know what baby giraffes did to receive that kind of slander, but I won't stand for it. The WNBA is back in little over a month. Friendly reminder, we're not watching because of one person. We're watching because of her, too.
Caitlin Clark didn't ask to be the face of the league. She became the face of the league. She didn't beg for headlines. They chased her. She didn't whine about coverage. She gave them something they couldn't ignore. Through flagrant fouls, media hostility, and veteran jealousy, she never folded. She just kept balling. That's not luck. That's not hype. That's how legends are made.
The double record streak. Huh. Okay. I mean, that's a joke.
Angel, on the other hand, has spent more time trying to manufacture a rivalry than actually stepping into one. Her fans love to act like she's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But here's the truth. Clark already finished the game and took the board home. While Reese is doing podcast tours complaining about credit, Clark is dropping real numbers and setting arenas on fire. 40 records shattered during her NCAA run. At least 62 more in her rookie season. There's no rivalry here when one person is running.
Be nice to look this clumsy at your job and then declare you're underpaid. Privilege! Bang! Justice for all baby giraffes out there. I will fight the good fight. Bang! One thing to take from these videos, never give up, because if she can do it, you can do it too!
So the next time someone tries to pitch you the Angel Reese deserves the same treatment argument, just send them the jersey sales link. Let the data do the talking. Because no matter how hard they spin the narrative, the scoreboard always tells the truth. And the truth is this: Caitlin Clark is the one, the only one. She's the reason people care, the reason arenas are packed, the reason women's basketball is living its biggest moment ever. You can't fake that. You can't wish that into existence. You can't build that off TikToks and viral sass alone. You either have it or you don't. And Caitlin Clark, she's got every piece of it.
Lessons to players: if you want fans to buy your jerseys in ridiculous numbers, then hit ridiculous logo threes. Well, Andy, I will say this: if you want players to buy your jerseys, be likable and don't shit on an entire fan base. Yeah, that's a thing.
If you're dreaming about massive jersey sales, start by doing something massive, like drilling logo threes with the casual ease of Caitlin Clark. But flashy highlights aren't the only key to success. There's another huge piece to the puzzle: likability. And that's where some players completely miss. You can be a solid athlete, but if you're constantly beefing with fans, responding with attitude, or acting like admiration is owed instead of earned, don't be shocked when nobody's lining up to rock your jersey. Remember when Angel Reese took a jab at her own supporters? Yeah, fans don't forget that kind of energy.
Friend said she took the X and pretty much let the fans know how she was feeling. Let's pull up the tweet right now. This is the tweet right here. Angel Reese stated, "This is my podcast. Shut the F up. You don't watch. Thank you."
Caitlin, on the other hand, isn't just a phenomenon because of what she does with a basketball. Though, let's be real, she's a walking highlight reel. It's how she carries herself under the spotlight, with poise, without pettiness. That makes her someone people want to root for. It's not just about performance, it's about respect. Talent can make a crowd cheer, but character builds loyalty. Character sells out arenas. Character turns a rookie into a legend.
This is the reason the WNBA never showed the jersey sale numbers, but only put ranks. It was always Clark at 1 and a humongous, ginormous gap from Angel Reese at 2.
Calling this a ranking between Angel and Caitlin is being way too generous. This isn't a close race. It's a complete blowout. This isn't first and second place. It's first place and someone way out of frame. Because if this was about it, jersey sales, ticket demand, or anything that actually brings money into the league, Caitlin is lapping the competition, while Angel...
Wait. Where are Asia and Angel? This can't be accurate. I mean, well, what are you going to say? What are you going to do?
Let's talk about that list. Top jersey sales. Some people were genuinely shocked not to see Angel Reese's name on it, or Dejanai Carrington's, or even some of the league's veteran stars. But that surprise fades fast when you look at what Caitlin Clark is doing night after night. If you're not making waves in performance or building real love with fans, you're not selling jerseys. Simple as that. Twitter followers and spicy interviews don't sell out Foot Locker. When Caitlin Clark pops up number 1 in WNBA jersey sales and turns around and ranks number 2 in the entire NBA behind only Steph Curry, the debate should be over. The only logical question left isn't why is Caitlin getting so much attention? It's why aren't the others doing enough to deserve it? Because when the hype fades, when the cameras stop rolling, and when fans start spending real money, that's where true impact shows up. And Caitlin Clark, she is that. Impact.
People were paying thousands of dollars ticket prices to see her. She set gate revenue records all time. She broke how many records last year? 63, I think I counted.
And yet people still try to push the narrative that Caitlin Clark is just a media creation. If she's just a headline, then why are ticket prices tripling the moment she's on the schedule? Why are nosebleed seats selling for premium prices whenever she's expected to play? Why do arenas flip from half empty to standing room only just because her name's on the marquee? That's not marketing, that's magnetism. That's real draw. That's the kind of demand you can't fake. It's why all the excuses about media bias or market size collapse. Caitlin Clark isn't getting this attention because of where she is. She's getting it in spite of where she is. She's proving that when you're truly great, fans will find you in anywhere. Indiana isn't a media capital, but right now it's the center of the basketball universe. And there's one reason why.
And she is the second highest selling NBA jersey, not WNBA. I mean, she's first by a bazillion miles.
Still, no matter how obvious the gap is, you'll hear folks saying, but Angel Reese is popular too. Okay, but where's the proof? Where's the surge of fans crashing websites to buy her jersey? Where's the attendance spike when she's announced as a starter? Where's the resale market exploding the moment she's scheduled to play? If your entire popularity lives off social media beef and post-game clapbacks, then maybe it's time to redefine what impact really means. Because while Reese might trend for a tweet, Caitlin Clark is trending for changing the WNBA's entire business model. While others are talking, she's doing. No antics, no PR stunts, just game. She doesn't need drama to dominate. She lets her logo threes, her laser passes, and her off-ball IQ do all the talking.
This still won't shut haters up, by the way. I mean, look, if these other players are so damn popular, buy their shit. Up the ticket prices, up the demand, make them change stadiums. Nah, y'all gonna keep running your mouths. I guess just being broke because y'all are talking on the internet all day.
And if by this point you're still not sold on Caitlin's impact, maybe it's not about needing more evidence. Maybe it's about finally accepting the truth you've been avoiding. Caitlin Clark didn't walk into the league to join the conversation. She became the conversation. She's not waiting for permission to shine. She's already the light the whole sport revolves around. So the next time someone tries to claim Caitlin and Angel are equals in influence, do us all a favor. Point them to the scoreboard. Point them to the ticket sales. Point them to the jersey rankings, the TV ratings, the resale spikes, and the sold-out arenas. Because numbers don't lie. They just sit there, bold, cold, undeniable, reminding everyone who really runs this game. And spoiler alert, it's not the one picking fights online. Let us know how delusional you think Reese is in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never